No, dude, I totally agree. The CMS gets more and more costly by the minute.
Well, yeah, sure. And I noticed you added a new component this week out of your own pocket.
I did. I added the what is it? SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Which, a lot of people seem to like to use.
Mm-hmm.
But that was, I think that cost me $150 or something.
Is that for a year?
For a year, yeah. It's $15 a month, but you got a discount if you
bought it all up front.
Yeah, so, I added that this week to give, it's just another option for people to, grab I kept getting emails from people saying, why aren't you on SoundCloud? So I looked it up and was like, all right, well, they only had one plan that would work for us, which was the most expensive plan, of course.
Sure.
And so I was like, fuck it, I'll just add it. It's $150. I mean, you took the big bite with the $500.
Yeah, that Spreaker cost me $500. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big bite, and I take the tiny bite of $70 for the CMSradio.net stream and the web stuff, the web space. But I have web space. So.
Sure.
I mean, I guess there's a monetary value to that somewhere, but I mean, I pay for it anyway with my real work.
Right. Steve Jackson says SoundCloud rocks.
So someone said SoundCloud rocks?
That's Steve Jackson in the chat room.
Well, good. Because it's now there. It's still. I'm going to be honest. It may rock to listen to or to use, but it fucking blows because you can't set it to. The one issue that it has, and I've looked it up and I've Googled it, and there's no way to do it. You can't make it automatically make the tracks downloadable. So I have to go in every fucking day and do a click on the new podcast to make them available for download. You can listen to them, you can play them,
sure, but
you can't. I have to go in every day to fucking make them downloadable. So I'm just telling people in advance. There's going to be days where they're not downloadable.
Okay, well they still can download off a Spreaker.
Well, that's it. There's Spreaker. There's a million places now to listen to it. There's, TuneIn, there's Stitcher, there's iHeart. We're everywhere now, I think, aren't we?
I think so.
That we're missing?
You know what? When I get locked into one or two outlets for whatever it is that I'm looking for,
yeah,
I'm not looking around for anything else.
Right.
It's just like if Spreaker works for me, that's what I use. If YouTube works for me, that's what I use. If Spotify works for me, that's what I use.
Yeah, it's just funny though because I when I talk to people, they literally listen on all the platforms.
Okay.
Our good friend Randy listens to us exclusively on iHeartRadio.
Okay. Well, see, the only issue I have with iHeart, and it's a good app and I like it, they will only post one of the segments a day.
No, it has them all.
Does it?
Yeah, you have to click into episodes.
Oh, okay.
If you go to our link and then click episodes, then they're all there.
They're all there.
Yeah, they're all there.
All right, I'm pulling it up right now. I'm going to look.
All right.
I'm looking on my iPhone right now with the iHeart app.
I don't even think I have the iHeart app. I don't like iHeart personally.
Well, it works for me because for some reason, every now and again, Spreaker freezes up.
Right.
For you, my stations. All right, here we go. Pulling it up.
All right.
It's loading.
Yeah, we're trying to do a radio show.
Yeah. Yeah, pal.
Come on, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be my old phone. I need to get a new phone.
Yeah, come on, dude. What are you doing with your 2012 phone?
Yeah,
Jesus.
really. All right, there's the Classic Metal Show.
Yeah.
It's loading.
And then there should be something that says episodes. I know there is on the web.
Yeah, I'm looking on my app for here, and the Gary Sharon is on there.
And that's it?
That's the only thing I see.
And there's no other buttons to push, huh?
Nope.
Oh, well, fuck iHeart. I don't even like them anyway. I mean, I love them. They're great.
Yeah. No, I like the fact that we're on iHeart, but I rarely use it because, I can't just pick and choose like I do on the Spreaker.
Right. Well, the Spreaker definitely definitely has everything there, and iTunes itself has 300 episodes there. So that's what, about 6 months? Is that right? About 6 months of episodes that are on iTunes.
Okay.
And iHeart has some. TuneIn seems to have a bunch. Look, Serena just texted me. iTunes is the best, but those Androids need to depend on something else.
Okay. So everybody's got their faves.
That's it. It is, but everybody does. And I've heard this a lot. I see it in the chat room that people are saying they like Spreaker, but it freezes sometimes.
Yeah, it does. It does freeze. I'll admit that. Spreaker, 9 times out of 10, I'm good with Spreaker, but every now and again it does freeze.
Yeah. See, I'm more of a, for me personally, not that I listen to, as you're well aware, not that I really listen to our stuff very much, but when I do, I have a podcast app on my phone that is called Pod Cruncher.
Okay.
And I just have everything subscribed so that when I go to sleep every night, when I wake up the next morning, it's all there.
Oh, there you are.
It's just all downloaded, and I don't have to worry about freezing and live streaming or any of that shit.
Sure.
It's just there.
Right. Well, speaking of our show and segments and whatnot, are you surprised at the number of downloads that last segment we did 2 weeks ago on the delusion of Eddie Trunk, how many downloads that thing's gotten?
It's getting a lot of love, that's for sure.
It's like over 4,000 downloads, isn't it?
Yeah, some crazy number. It's just like, holy cow. Yeah, I guess people are with us a little bit on the Eddie Trunk.
I think so too. What a lot of the comments, like on the YouTube page, you left the comments available or open on that.
Yeah,
and all the different comments on there. Some guy posted on there like yesterday, and man, he was just full of rage and venom
about us or
about Eddie Trunk.
Oh, well, that one would stay. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have just been absolutely whacking. I've been being a pussy. I've been whacking fucking. I don't mind if they say, and I'll put this out there to everybody because I'm not a big censor guy, but I'm not going to have fucking like threats and shit on the page.
Yeah,
for anybody, including Eddie. I mean, not just Eddie, but anybody. I'm okay if people say that we suck or we're terrible or Eddie Trunk blow, whatever. I don't care. I don't care about all that. But man, the level of threats that come out on fucking YouTube is ridiculous. So I just go through and I whack them and I ban them from the page. If they're going to throw threats out there, oh, if I fucking ever meet you, I'm going to shoot you in the face. Okay, bye.
Because you said something I don't like.
Yeah. And, that's instant goodbye.
Right.
I don't need that shit, and I don't need to read it.
Well, I agree.
So, but yeah, you're right. The Trunk thing has done a lot of listens.
Yeah, it's just strange. It's just like, what is it about that particular segment that got a lot of hits?
I think it's that somebody actually called Eddie out. I honestly think that. I think that Eddie does not get he doesn't get a lot of shit thrown his way. Even if people don't like him, they just kind of tolerate him, I guess.
Okay.
And, I like him personally, but you know what? We were dead on. That's one segment I did listen back to, and we were dead on. He really, really needs to, not be such a full of himself douche. And that's what he came off as in that segment, to me anyway.
Yeah, that was a bit much.
Yeah. Should have just, I don't even know why you would, I still can't figure out why you address it. Or go for, what do you do, 30 minutes on it or something?
Yeah, almost 30 minutes.
All right, Doc called and canceled. Yeah, maybe it's because Paul Stanley is working with them. I don't know. Next. 2 minutes, 1 minute. And onward you go.
Right. I agree. I just wanted to read this guy's comment because I read it this morning or this afternoon rather, and I was just like, holy cow, this guy's really got some issues. He goes, oh, here it is. It's somebody by the name of Scumalicious.
Oh, well, at least it's a respectable person.
Yeah, Scumalicious. I used to like Eddie. I loved that metal show. He is a gigantic fucking baby. He hates Steel Panther. He hates Steel Panther because they are making fun of his friends. He's close friends with a lot of those bands they are making fun of. Are you fucking kidding me? So many of the interviews are him talking over the person he's interviewing. He doesn't let them finish when he asks a question. I hate his fucking guts. Stump the truck? No, fuck the trunk with a maggot-infested pig dick and then rub his face in shit after he swallowed monkey jizz after getting face fucked by a chimpanzee.
Wow. Feeling the love.
It was just like, wow. What in the world does somebody have to do or say that would get that kind of a reaction?
I mean, I know the guy really wanted to hear that Doc McGee interview, but geez.
Yeah, really. But I read that and I was just like, dude, take a pill.
Yeah, calm down.
Take a pill. You'll be fine. Believe me, you'll be fine.
That is really funny.
Yeah, it's like, ouch. So anyway, I was just surprised to see as many downloads as that one got. That's like, wow. Well, what's up with that?
Yeah, that was a bit much.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I don't want to get into anything until we take our first break here, but we'll talk a little bit about the craziness that was the 2016 election a little bit.
Did you like how I dodged the topic entirely?
Yeah, I know, because you guys you had 3 music guys in the studio with you, and it's only makes sense that you guys would stick with the topics, not getting into the whole political arena.
Well, my whole thing was I didn't want to do it twice.
Yeah, I get you.
I knew you would want to talk about it because you obviously had skin in the game with Trump.
Yeah, of course.
So, I figured it was best to leave it alone and let you have your words, and I'll obviously have a thing or 3 to say.
Sure.
But, I just didn't want to. It was funny, too, because as soon as they came in the door, I made that very clear to those guys last night. I was like, no politics.
Yeah.
We're not doing it.
Yeah, and I don't really intend on doing much tonight at all. I just want to make a few comments, and then we'll go on about our business.
Well, I might have more to say than you then, because I have a lot to say, but I don't know if you noticed, I'm not talking about it on Facebook anymore.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point?
I'm not going to deal with the fucking petulant babies.
Yeah.
I'm not going to debate with them. I don't care. Fuck them.
I don't want your friend Liz to get her panties in the bunch, or some of the other liberal women that seem to comment on your page now and again.
They all come to me, don't they?
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, I know. Just literally, as we've been doing this segment, my stupid Facebook keeps binging in on my screen. Because J-Ro is arguing with my friend Woody.
Mm-hmm.
back and forth. Trump's great. Trump sucks.
I didn't want to get into naming names, but
I'll name them. I don't give a shit. I mean, I'm not saying that they're right or wrong. I'm just saying that they're the ones that are arguing.
Sure.
Okay.
What's the point? There's no point in arguing. There really is, because you'll never change anybody else's viewpoint ever. Mm-hmm. Ever.
It's useless to argue, and you know what? The left-leaners need to just accept that they're going to wear the label of baby for the next fucking 1,400 days.
Mm-hmm.
Wear it. You're earning it right now, so admit it. Wear it. Same way that I had to wear the fucking title of bigot and racist and misogynist and whatever other titles I've been thrown at me and you've been thrown at you because of the last guy.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn, fuck faces.
Nice.
That simple.
Excellent. All right. Well, I'm ready for my first drink.
I'm ready for my 8th.
All right.
I mean, my first.
You've been drinking early today?
I started about 8.
You've been tipping back some grandpa's old cough medicine?
Yeah. I wish I had that clip. I got to get those clips. I have them, too. Wheezy took the time to send them to me. Because you can't ever hear any audio I play for whatever fucking reason, it's useless.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Not sure why that doesn't work on your end anymore.
It does not make any sense that I can hear you, you can hear me, and I can hear interviews, when I record the interviews, and I can record sound on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear any sound other than me talking.
Yeah, but the thing is when I'm playing audio on the computer that I have you piped in on, you can't hear it either.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't understand how that can be.
Well, we'll figure it out one day.
Yeah,
when we both have time to sit there and goof around with that shit.
Well, that'll have to be when you're here.
Right, exactly.
It's the only time it's going to happen because time and me and you at the same time is fucking. As you see when I keep scheduling these interviews, there's almost never a time that you and I are available.
No,
never. It's either me doing them in the mid-afternoon or you doing the afternoon ones because I'm off doing whatever I'm doing.
Exactly.
So. But yeah, we got some stuff to talk about tonight.
Sure.
Did you know I went out to a concert this week?
I did. You went to see some Styx.
I did, and I didn't cry once.
Wow. You're going to have to give us a full report.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, that's good. Well, is there something you'd like to hear?
How about some Monster in the End by Anthrax from 4 All Kings.
Okay.
Is that from 4 All Kings?
We'll take a look here. Anthrax.
It's 4 All Kings or worship music.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 4 All Kings.
You're getting your CDs all mixed up.
I am. Just strange because I literally have my top 20 done.
Okay.
I wrote it. I'm done. I think everything that I was worried about coming out is out now. So it's done.
All right. So what is it you're looking for? Monster in the End?
Yeah.
All right. I got it.
Which album is it? Is that the new one? 4 All Kings?
Yeah, 4 All Kings.
Okay.
Yep, it is. Cool. All right. Well, let's play some Anthrax and everybody go get a drink and settle in, and we'll get this shit rolling.
Sounds good, man.
All right. We'll hear some Anthrax exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
Yo, it's Joe Belladonna from Anthrax and Belladonna, and you're listening to the Classic Metal Show. Crank it up.